with that one policy alone that I'm working on right now, and this is just because of the training, how I was able to show them the forecaster, get the illustrations and everything structured the right way. That single policy alone is a 70K commission policy. I've been in the industry since about late 2019. I got licensed in July because of COVID, and I was still working in tech at the time. So I quit my job in tech to do this full time in late 2021. I came across Jucebox early 2022. And yeah, like Jesse said, it was like, I was talking to Steven, I'm like, there's no way. Because I actually sought you guys out using like the Facebook algorithms, because the way it works, I know when you look up something long enough, it starts to recommend every single ad related. So I use that to my advantage. So because me and my friends talk about it, because I'm like, they're like, oh, like look at the nonsense that comes up on my explore page. And I pull mine out. I'm like, yeah, but look at what comes up on mine, right? It's based on how you use it. So I actually actively sought you guys out. I spoke to a couple other people, but you guys were the only one that offers the level of support that you offer based on my questions. Everybody else has like a community where all the agents just lump together, right? Where we can just ask each other questions similar. But it's like, you guys were the only ones who like, okay, like the leadership actually has support sessions where like you can actually come in and like ask questions, case planning, the forecaster training, and like you know, stuff like you guys are the only one. And I'm not saying these other guys are bad or whatever, but that's not anything I can, even from the IMO I used to be with, like I had to literally beg for scraps when I needed help with cases. And guys, like, so, and for some of you that are sitting on the fence, let me just get to this real quick.
let me tell you something. Okay, Toby, go for it.
No, because when I started with you guys, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get the leads. I'll do the training. I'm like, close leads, whatever. It got to the point, I'm the one who couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up. It's ridiculous. I could not keep up. Right now, I have 2 call centers. I literally just had a call with another one this morning I'm trying to hire because I could not keep up. I had to pause my marketing. And like Mark said, you're sitting in your house, you have the leads coming to you, you hop on a Zoom meeting. Like I literally wake up sometimes, roll right out of bed, get on Zoom, and I'm talking to people. And because of the training calls and everything, like things I've learned from Jim and the other guys, I know how to ask the right questions, right? To the point where like, I never sold an annuity before I came to Juicebox client. I knew of annuities, but I never bothered to go there because I didn't really, at the point, the way we were trained in my IMO is sell the IUL, sell the biggest policy possible, get the highest target premium. We weren't really helping people like plan properly for retirement per se. So like, yeah. And so there's a part before I became a partner, and because at first when I started, I hadn't gone through all the training in depth. I wasn't really asking all the questions, but by attending more planning calls and stuff, I knew how to ask more questions. So I realized I was actually leaving business on the table. And with my IMO, I was in a lower contract percentage, right? So my first year with Juicebox, and this was me still not really not really knowing how to structure the business as well, not asking the right questions, just trying to sell the IUL because I came in thinking, I just want to sell more face amount policy. I didn't even know I didn't even know I could have such a great impact in like helping people actually plan for retirement. So the first payment I put down, I made that back in like 2.5 months. It was easy. This was even without like being fully embedded in the Juiceboxes. This is just me using what I already know, right? And then my first year, I'll say I did like 50K. But since I became a partner agent, I'm like, because if I was a partner agent at the time, I would have probably made more, like almost double in commissions. Because, you know, like the whole recruiting part and everything, when I started in insurance, I was having to recruit my friends who like, we've always like put each other onto opportunities for as long as we've known each other. But it's hard to work with people who you have to like pull along every single time and do everything for them, right?
Half of your sales job is selling them the dream that you already have.
Exactly. So the whole thing was like showing them, oh, look at my uplines numbers and things like that. And getting support is tough. Like I remember, Jim, remember the product I told you, the one I was planning for my pastor and his wife? I was trying to plan a product and I reached out to a big provider and they didn't really take me seriously because I'm not one of the guys who used to do big numbers. But as soon as they heard the size of the policy, they were all over me. But that was when I was just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm out. Then I went on the Juicebox community and I asked a question. I just wanted to run some numbers. Then Steven reached out to me, and that was how I became a partner and everything, right? Because with just that one policy, we're still working on it because they want to file their business taxes, and they also I also help them connect them with the company, help them get the ERC and all that good stuff. But with that one policy alone that I'm working on right now, and this is just because of the training, how I was able to show them the forecaster, get the illustrations and everything structured the right way. That single policy alone is that single policy alone is a 70K commission policy. And like I also talked about on the group not too long ago, I just did 120 something K annuity. You go through the system, because if I was to do it all over again, I would zero my mind, go through the whole system and literally get into the process of how things are done over here, because it's literally transformed how I do business as an agent and as a person. Because when you ask the right questions, you know exactly how to help the people that are coming across your desk. You're not just looking to sell. You're looking to actually solve problems that people actually have. Yeah. So, and then the ROI just comes naturally. Honestly, I don't even think about that anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, we're all in
matters.
Money, yes, of course.
Yeah, profit is oxygen.
Yeah, it comes with it. It just comes with it. So yeah. So both of them. The first part is the forecast. I did not know how much I needed that. Oh my God. I did not know how much I needed that. Literally with the forecaster, like I've literally unintentionally been able to close without even trying. Just like, hey, let's take a look at the market in the last 10 years. Because I already talked about like the avoiding market volatility. So just saw the green versus the red. And this person already had the whole Warren Buffett thing in their head. Rule number 1, never lose any money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. So that just like seeing that, okay, yeah, where do I sign up? I'm like, no, well, we still got to see if you qualify for this. Because that's another thing I learned from you. Because before I'd be like, yeah, okay, let's fill out the form, right? But now, no matter how good a prospect looks, I still ask those questions, right? Then the other thing is, and Jim, please don't take this the wrong way. Compared to other like services, because I've taken calls to other services out there, right? The cost, like you guys don't know how affordable this is compared to what other services are charging. And you're still responsible for 100% of your marketing budget for a lot of other services. all the other services I've spoken to, when they talk about their fee schedules, and like they charge you maintenance fees without the support, just for being there in the back end and stuff like that. Like, and it's ridiculous because with this, I get on as needed, like sometimes the case finding call, the partner office hours, and things like that. And it's like I go on there. Jim is like a cheat code. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Jim is a cheat code. I just go on there, hey Jim, I have a client. This is what this client is facing, and this is what they have. And then he tells me other questions to ask that I never even thought of. Like the last one we had about the guy who with the TSP, and how like the TSP has a part that can be like 100% Roth. I never knew about that. I never knew about the pension and the other military service part. I didn't know about that. You know, now I'm taking it back to my client and they're like super grateful for me bringing this up. It's like a cheat code. So that's helped, because now think about it, when you do it the right way and they get so excited, they tell their family and friends about you. Now that's leads that's not coming in directly through the system, but indirectly through the system. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of Juicebox clients get overwhelmed. So that's why, like right now, honestly, one of the things I'm doing side by side is learning how to properly work the system so I don't get overwhelmed again, because that has happened before. And I don't want that to happen anymore. Like literally, while we were talking, one of my clients is texting me. She just got a check mailed to her from an old 401k company that they were so adamant. They didn't want to let the money go, but hey, they finally mailed the check. She's just texting me for the information. Just gave her the mailing information for a theme. So that's another annuity close right there from Juicebox. So yeah.